Alright, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Harran, the Crusader Kings 3 series here on the Lord Mass channel. As this series continues on, as we have reached the 1000s AD, and in about 7 years, we'll be able to reform the tradition and can add a bit of change here. Like probably just to fill up that slot of the max culture traditions, in which the most likely option will be people of the Silk Road. And the reason for that is because, well, one, diplomacy range is always good, so you can have more contacts with other people to make potential alliances with. Plus, different culture, opinion of faith and culture. I think I've said that twice. It will go up a bit, so it will be slightly more respected as a culture of anybody that is Syriac. And also slightly faster travel and a bit safer as well. Especially me, since I like to travel a lot. And that poetry contest thing, it's nice for cultural extents, but hey, a little more of that. And makes the poet trait more common, even though we already have refined poetry. I mean, that's kind of whatever to me. And the loyal subjects thing is kind of useless to me, to be honest, because, you know, we're an independent nation, unless you got Syriac vassals in your realm, and there are some of it. I mean, that would be good to have. So, again, not until the 4th of October, 1013. That's when I will get this. Even though we're not like, you know, like say the Sogdians or the Courtiers or the Kushinye, or better yet, or like the Tokhari or the Turco-Hephthalites. Those are the cultures that has the people of the Silk Road, and including that hybrid culture of Sogdi and Khorasani, which they also have people of the Silk Road. So I thought including that with us, that's only just to benefit me, and plus we've been behaving like people of the Silk Road on the westernmost end of it. And plus I am fresh off from my latest travel. I went on quite a tour, to the Persian Gulf, to the islands there, to a bit of that part near Hormuz, and I went to western India, through Gujarat, Rajputana, Delhi, to Punjab, and then to Sindh. Although I could have gone further, like all the way to the edge of the known world. Unless I want to go to China, but I have to travel through... Hang on, let me bring up. I have to travel through Persia, Khorasan, Sogdia, the Taberna Basin, and then you're into what is basically that part of the Chinese realm. You know, it's currently held by the Tugahun. But there are Han Chinese still out there, though a little marginalized. You respect me a lot. Why is that? Well, I feel like I am loved by all. Oh, and also before we get this series going, you may have noticed already on top, like you would typically see the vassal limit. Well, they made some changes. By they, I mean the Dark Ages mod, which I'll read you. This was updated on the same day as I recorded the last episode. So this is I'm recording this on July 15th, day after the Dark Ages mod was updated. Here's some changes that we made as I read you the changelog. Applied some fixes of the mod unofficial patch over Dark Ages content, such as increased vassal limits for dukes, kings, and emperors. Still less than vanilla, though. Vassals that are either brave, or sadistic, or wrathful, or callous will never get the warmonger modifier on their liege. They also fixed the probability in a murder event. It was not 35% chance of dying, it was 15%. Fixed a court chaplain that was rigged to give almost always the same result. Increased the chance of the spouse finds a very talented someone. Fixed a trait that was badly referenced inside a trigger non-actions. And also rescale the cost of some events. WIP, all electable events are considered, currently 90% done. Also continued implementation of council events. It will introduce them in gameplay after finishing. 80% of it is done. They also fixed a localization bug where diags were not localized. Fixed a localization bug with points of interest. Fixed an event that was given positive piety for contextual negative piety. I never noticed that. And implemented a game rule to avoid being warned about possible future murder attempts. Those were the changes they made. Speaking of murder attempts, you may want to look at the Courtiers. Check if anyone's got the lunatic or possessed traits, because if you see them, kick them out. Come on in. Because, you know, I'm in need of some talented people. Keep your eye on it. If you see any lunatics or possessed people, get rid of them. Oh, the physician's about to die, and he's my caravan master too. Everybody's old and infirm. Word of advice to you people who are going to be doing Crusader Kings playthroughs, and if you're going to play with the Dark Ages mod. If you see anybody who has a lunatic or possessed, get them out of their court as quickly as you can. As long as they're prisoners, it's fine. No. Unless you got money, so you can get the hell out. And I do plan on spending quite a bit of money, because they call me the traveling king. And there is one place I would like to travel. Italy. I've been to, you know, Western India, so why not travel to Italy? You know, go on my own personal tour there. Even though the papacy has been growing as of late, either by vassalization or by other means. Unless they want to get all of Italy, and they might as well call themselves the Kingdom of God. That's the reference to Europa Universalis 4. Of what happens when the Papal States unites all of Italy. Wow. Money. Yes. Mass ransom. Soda may get off of hooks. Sorry, who are you? Oh, you could join us. Good. I'm so glad that you are willing. And you'll have religious exception. You got it, so thank goodness we don't have to fight a war to get that piece of land. The more we grow, the more likely that you'll follow suit. How about you? Stubborn man. Well, we can't please him any further. So perhaps this is how we're going to grow our realm without having to resort to a fight. Terrified of me. Tell you what, I'm a giving man. Would you like to join? Yes. How about you? You want to join? Not rightful liege. But you down there. Arrogant. Look, I want to expand around without resorting to fighting. Especially you lot up there. I would love to get you joined, but two things. One, you're ambitious. Two, you're stubborn. Yes, you're a different faith, but difference of strength and possible lines. I mean, I've always wanted to vassalize the Karamites, and now they're of the local culture. They're no longer Sogdians. Evolved from Caspian Iranian. Loyal subjects. About you. You might be reasoned with. If you could get your opinion up enough, unless I give you some money. They agree. You see, I want to increase the realm size. That is my plan here. We're trying to increase the realm size a bit so we could found a new empire while we will continue to go down towards the direction of Syria, even though we're taking this bit of land that isn't really part of Mesopotamia. But this is. My plus vassal limits increased, so perhaps I could distribute the land to someone who cares. And I'll hold court in just a moment. Welcome. You can keep your faith. But again, I would love to hold this land for myself, which is something we'll work on in 4 years' time. And again, the more we grow, so will the realm size too. So at least we're expanding towards Syria. I'm sure others will fall. I'm sure others will submit. Would you like to join? Ah, you're different. Do I speak Greek? No. Perhaps I shall learn. He's quite stressed, but I got time to learn your language. Whenever we get closer, maybe we can make a deal. Arrogant, not rightful liege. Almost there. We just need a difference in military strength up. And the power vassal's opinion of you, they have to be up there. At least I'm being open-minded. Decision at court changed the cultural acceptance, that's another factor. But we are very close to the coast. They wouldn't accept that. But now we are officially bordered with the vassalage. Terrified of me, but not enough. Plus cultural acceptance. Kurds and Syrians do not get along. But now let's hold court. One of my guards approaches my Ashur Isthathiels in chains, trailing behind him. I caught the Isthathiels here in the process of sending sensitive information to foreign spies in Antioch. What should we do with him? This man? I forgive. Once. Do not betray me again. Before me stands Wali Mansur of Qadisiyah, said Anglo. My lord, Qadisiyah has been hit hard by the recent raiding and looting. The people are starving. Our fields are not recovering. Our livestock is not enough to survive anymore. We beg you to intervene and save your devoted subjects of your great magnanimity. He bows deeply and falls silent. He can leave the court even though he's about to die, so I know the right person just for the job. My lord, my Gezabra steward, Amir Sami speaks of. I propose a cadastral survey to all the counties you own. Improved knowledge and mapping your land will certainly increase its prosperity. Very well, you may proceed. So he starts working on the survey. It'll take several months to be completed. Before I even think about traveling, we need a new physician and a new caravan master. And now we wait. While I learn Greek. You might need it. And maybe learn Italian as well. As per my request, my servants assembled two options for you to consider the role of caravan master. Paul is said to be the more experienced of the two, but Pantheon is of course cheaper. Paul is a fine choice, even though his is average. Oh no, I overslept and I was late to this morning's meeting with my advisors. Why didn't the servants wake me on time? A claim, huh? Well, hang on. Stop right there. Stop. My adventures are sodden, my lord. I have found a few tried relics in my far adventures, which I have sent with this courier. But I am unsure what I may uncover next. The Europeans are the smelliest creatures I have encountered. As a child, I dreamt of green and pleasant metals, but I am convinced that this world is made of mud. If you are a gracious liege, please send word to call me back. This isn't a holiday. Quest on, Abdul Azim. I know you're disappointed. So I just gained a artifact. A court artifact, in fact. The fingernails of Saint Margaret. +1 prowess. The Saint Margaret of Antioch was famed for slaying a dragon using the heels of her shoes alone. Supposedly these old disgusting fingernails cuts belonged to her. Sent to Amir Ashur by Abdul Azim during his adventures. Okay, that's a little something to have. But to be real honest, none of these things have been giving me, Okay, strangely enough, let's put that here. Getting rid of the weapons. There you go, fingernails of Saint Margaret. That's on display now. Strange as it may seem. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? The man who has a claim on Antioch. I've been wanting to expand there, but we got a guest here, which I'll bring him in. I do need an excuse for another war. Pantaleon al-Armani. Actually, you have a claim to both of these areas. He's delicate, but... yeah. Come on in. We're boarded with them, and this is our way to get to the coast. And is alone. No allies. And then once we have this, then maybe we can try to vassalize them. We have 5 out of 12. Antiochia the principality of it only has 2, unfortunately. But this could be our way to, you know, get them made it closer. But I still await for the day. So the total will be 0 if the difference in military strength and power of vassal's opinion just goes up a bit. Even though he's a rather stubborn man. But there are ways. There are ways. Look. No, not this. This one. True ruler. Offer vassalization acceptance. Even though it's still going to be a long way to go. Even though I'd rather have this first before I even think about this idea. Because I would like to fight less wars and more vassalizations. Just offer them. Rather than find wars for it. Because wars can be costly. So there's 2 things that I want to do. Well, Grand Tour. And, well, expanding the Antioch will be a quick war. But I have an idea. That we should... Well, where do I station you first? Because I need your effectiveness. Yeah. Too bad we don't have militia camps. But it'll do for the time being. Okay. That's first off. Second off, hire some mercenaries. Give me 1. It says there's hills about. Give me 2. And then give me those. And that's it. That should be enough mercenaries to deal with them. It's to deploy them faster, so we don't have to bring all of our levies en masse to there. Especially when we do this next part of the war and hopefully be quick. Alexandria is less fortified, but Antioch itself, even though it's been raided recently, it's got the citadel of Antioch. Built in the 4th century before Christ by the legendary Macedonian king Seleucus. This sprawling ancient defensive complex served many powers throughout history, each of them leaving their mark on it and turning it into one of the region's most formidable military centers. There's a small Syriac minority. Our people live there. That's the reason why we have to expand it there. Because some of our Syriac brethren by the coast are being neglected. There's a Palestinian diverged from well, it's only this part, but not in Palestine proper. Okay. As for the claims, when we win this war, he shall serve us as a vassal. It's gonna cost a lot, because this is a claimant of a completely different religion and dynasty. Well, we can reduce that. Since you like me well enough, we can wait. Please wait a few days. Okay, now. See? Better. We shall have all of this. Not sure about Armani, though. I'd rather leave that alone. We just want to make our way down to Syria as quickly as possible. So, alright, let's go for it. All present. Near the, this amount of strong. Man from Kufa isn't here. I could lead the army myself, but I have other plans. Head straight for the capital. You're only going after the capital. See to if you could capture the child ruler. Once you have him captured, all is done. And at the same time, I'm going to go on a grand tour. We can get money by any means. Don't need for taxation tour. It'll just be a majesty tour. Even though everybody likes me well enough. Okay. Let's just go to here. To here, then meet this person and go back. I don't want to do too much of it. So, I want to tour the grounds. No need to increase the opinion. We're basically brothers at this point. What do the Mandaics think of us regarding cultural acceptance? 40. So, they're very good with us. Okay. Kaliji, not so much. That'll be my selected stops. No need for mercenary guards, it's safe enough. Plus need the prestige gain for bragging rights, and plus the renown gain especially. So anybody else who's not participating in that war, by the time I tour around, we'll get to it. Yeah, why not justice? Especially up there, as they've been fighting each other up there. So, let's begin. You go this way, I'll go that way. As we pass through the bit, a jubilant local approaches my entourage. The smile stretches from ear to ear. I discern he's offering a warm welcome, but the finer aspects of his speech are sadly lost on me. Be it as it may, I will with my attentive companions return this joyful greeting. I can hardly imagine more excellent chance to practice my Hellenica Greek. I'm feeling rather feisty today. Have an engaging debate with him, so there we go. I may not like as much, but a little increase of cultural acceptance will do. Use of Helm is widely known in scholars' circles. I didn't bring the physician with me. See, going two ways. 90% success. Can you believe that? First stop. I'm here to tour the grounds of Sumra. This is different. My arrival at Mirasami's castle in Sumra has marked a fanfare befitting the Amir Ruta of the realm. The locals are clearly awed by the grandeur and the pomp of my escort. My vassalage receives me with all the requisite deference. Sami outlines the planned tour. It assures me that Sumra is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Only time will tell. Every count that tells the control will be going up. Meanwhile, cadastre is completed. There are some bows briefed before me explains with a satisfied smile. My lord, you might remember that some months ago you invested a large sum of gold into the cadastre counties. I personally supervise the manor could proudly say that the job is done. Gold was spent. Development progress went up. Siege begins, and plus their army is very small. Please leave the gifts here, as I am not present in the throne. 6 months' time. One second. It's not even enough, so it will make no difference. Yes? Tax law extravagance. As I'm taking this, say all the sites in the Beauty of Sumra, I'm beginning to notice the absolute opulence of it all. Though merely a Miras, it lives in relative luxury and has more than enough coin to go around. Look at the sheer number of windows in the boat. I could introduce a window tax and bleed Miras access. I'll let him off for now. He's a nice man. My lord, my beneficiary Abdul Azim announces arrival with a surprisingly loud voice. He proudly holds up a package securely wrapped in cloth. I returned from Europe with an artifact from my journey. I take the bulky bundle into my hands and loosen the corners before peeling layer after layer of fabric. Inside is a tapestry. Abdul Azim puffs his chest and weaves me a tale about this traveling companion who was a master tailor. Their shared adventure inspired the chosen motifs in this tapestry. It's magnificent. Ooh. This is magnificent. Hang on. I got something for you. Right. I'm looking. Need another bodyguard. And 2. It has a chance to become inspired again, based on aptitude. I need someone skilled for that. Put that up there. The Al-Harani tapestry there. Look closer. It's a large summit tapestry of masterful craftsmanship. A beautiful garden is depicted on the cloth. The grass is green, the flowers grow colorful and luxuriant, and trees laden with fruits seem to reach the sky. Oh, this would definitely help the grandeur, as well as the imprisonment chances. Keep going. Time for tribute. Thank you. Now I'm gonna be heading to, where am I going again? To, Kashgar, home of the, Mandaeans. Well, the Mandaic people rather than Mandaic faithful. I rode near Alexander's castle in Kashgar. It's marked a fanfare for the realm, fitting in Merudaron. Locals are known by the grandeur of Palmasco. The vast duly receives all the records of difference. Alexandros outlines the plan to ensure that Kashgar is so fair and fine a land merely gazing on her towns and fields of entertainment. Time will only tell. Shall see. No window tax, please. learn Greek, but there is another language I wish to learn. Anybody over there? We do have contact, right? Yes, sir. Okay. Because I would like to learn some Italian, or Venera Cola, as it's called over there. Just in case if it's really commonly spoken. Yes. Here it's culture head. During a bit of Kashgar, I'm locked in conversation with my vassal Alexandros about the importance of information deception when he is interrupted by one of his courtiers. The man is not allowed to speak for long before being silenced by his liege, but the wisdom he's able to dispense merely proves he knows far more about the subject than Alexandros of Kashgar could ever dream of knowing. If he's unwilling to listen to his insight, perhaps he could be willing to join my court instead. This man? Oh, you would be very useful for me. If you're in good health, that is. So I said, join me at court. Inventory artifact. I step out of my tent. The siege camp sprawls out before me. A jumble of mud brick huts, barracks, shacks, and earthworks. Flags flap all along the horizon, and at various intervals fires burn. Figures hunch over campfires, tossing on wood or brushing sheepskins clean, while low retainer approaches and informs it the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards at the edge again. The Vandan of Antiochia stands before me, a wasteland of unburied charred corpses, trebuchets and catapults litter in the field. Walls of clay bricks built by serfs lie shattered and overturned as towers molder and crumble in rubble piles. The houses, pocked by scratches and slits, lie in heaps strewn with rotting horse bones, trash and refuse. Grieving widows and black veils mourn in knots over their children and charred livestock. Limited looting for once, and imprison everybody you see. War's over. I could have sworn I thought it was, but they're not going anywhere. Next door to Alexandretta, which won't take much. We didn't get him. I suppose you want it back, right? Time for tribute. Thank you. And now I'm gonna make a stop, and this will be a cultural festival for those Khaliji there. This is gonna be my land soon, so I'm here to basically survey. How does the land look and all that? The streets of Tastar are richly decorated from our arrival, and my vassal, Wali Aram, 15 years old, duly awaits me. So here we are, up for a boring and mediocre festival that Dollard Aram has had a decency to prepare. Thankfully, I'm here to show these people the extent of my magnificence. Let's start. I've enjoyed the festivities in Tastar today, but not as much as my son and heir Ashur. He has been dancing and spinning with the locals with jubilation and vigor I've never seen around before. Fully immersed in the alien traditions of the Khaliji culture, he seems completely at home, and the locals seem to adore him too. How nice. There'll be some renown gain. learn the Elamite language. Nothing much is happening during these last actions here. I stab on my tent and rub my eyes. The siege camp sprawls up before me. A grey knot of men in smoky torches. Flags snap and flail in the rain-drenched wind. Smoke drifts on the wind. Throngs of men busying themselves among the tents and siege weaponry. The stench of dirt and sweat is thick in the dreary air, stinging my eyes. The smell is mixed up with the strong tang of urine and rancid odor of rotting wounds. My lord platoon approaches and informs that the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards, head to the edge of camp. A Vadon of Alexandretta stands before me, a slaughter pen. In the fields between, empty carts and wagons stand on, and makeshift defensive archers volleys. Smoke rises from flaming houses. Shocked survivors stumble through the streets, searching for loved ones on the far edges of battle. Blood, the stench of bird flesh drips across the carnage of stone walls, crumbling timbers. Every square inch of the earth is soaked with cruel juices of slain livestock and the hopes of men. The women and children run out screaming, weeping. The men look for me for direction. Limited looting again. War's over. All yours, Tim. You're my vassal. So now we have reached the coast and the Gulf of Alexandretta. So now we have connection to the Mediterranean. Well, now the question is, will you people, vassalize to me? Will you fold? Arrogant, ambitious, fickle. You down there. He could be reasoned with. Why is everybody a lunatic down in Syria? Plus, he's a fellow Syriac. My culture. But you're a completely different faith. Well, you just wait until we form the Kingdom of Syria, which will have to take a few more counties for this. Just almost there. All it needs is some few changes, and then we're golden. Whereas you're far nicer, but unfortunately your personality makes you quite different from us. You lost your leg. Oh, botched treatment disease, that's why. You know, if he dies and then my other cousin, Gulshan, when she takes the reign, begins her reign, then they're more likely to join us. Because I'd rather have them as vassals of anything. And our realm size is now 53. We're growing, slowly but surely. 18. You like me well enough, but the issue with that is not rightful liege. And also cultural acceptance is another big difference. Too bad I can't be there for that tournament of yours. And I don't know the Coptic language. That's another issue. But I'm trying to learn Italian in the meantime. So before we even think about expanding, wasn't there something? Because I recall something else. But soon I will be an administrator, which at least you'll have the stewardship of 3, so we could switch focus. Vassals will respect you more, and a little bit of diplomacy. And since you're so good with diplomacy, you might as well switch that. Probably just go for foreign affairs and start working down this way to get the true ruler. No need for defensive negotiations. I'm 33 years old. I can get these perks in no time if I play my cards right. So in the meantime, sadly I find myself separated from my entourage by a large crowd that presses forwards to observe the ongoing investigations. Before I can react, I end up stuck between two people having a heated conversation. However, I don't understand the thing they're saying. Charlotte starts talking directly to me. I try to blend it, but Iran Duck's giving me a side eye. I don't speak Elamite. There's probably saying something back. Their language seems fascinating. Maybe I'll be able to pick it up from here. I don't understand, but I want the Iran Duck to teach me. Time for tribute. I was hoping you would say no. But we're returning. Because we may have to start a few more wars. For Syrian conquests. Oh yes, we're going through Kurdish territory, I believe. It's Kurdish, right? Yes. Because they have that tradition, which is swords for hire. That's why this event pops up. I've heard tell of the military exploits of the legendary Kurdish mercenaries. I'm passing through Arivajan. Fortuitous enough to come across a highly skilled mercenary commander. Shahab claims to be the finest Kurdish swordsman in the world, and would be honored to serve for the right price. Kurdish Rabbinic Jew. Well, he's Kurdish, but not, you know what I mean. And the right price he shall have. Bank! Because it's gonna be late. I'm gonna take my time, maybe for more opportunities for silk trade. Like that. Because I'm gonna use that money to go on another big trip. Because I would like to go to Italy. We arrived at a small village in Egalitarian. Quite a commotion in the town square. An unfortunate creature is surrounded by furious villagers. The bleak, hopeless look in his eyes fades and brightens as he notices my procession's approach. My Ruta, these villagers say my actions have made a sinner of me, but it is all lies. Won't you give me the Miruta's justice? True, the evidence seems circumstantial, but the lowly peasant should never speak to the Miruta unprompted. The intent is justice still. As a compassionate man, I say serving me will be his punishment. Two need to make amends now. Definitely switch into diplomacy focus once I become administrator. Truthfully. We approach a hamlet where a forlorn woman stands shackled on a gallows, a throng gathering at its foot. Amiruta, it's the Amiruta. A peasant stumbles through the crowd crying, "Please, my wife is innocent. It's a lie. Nobody even saw it." They pull him away, wailing, "No, Talia!" as he is dragged down the street. The official bows sheepishly. "I'm sorry, my lord. Ignore him. The woman is guilty. Don't worry about that." I am here to pardon her and him. As I managed through the dangerous paths to Intella, we decided to rest for the night. As I walk around the cabin, suddenly a strange feeling of someone missing is bothering me. I ask around and everyone agrees with that. The thing is, they don't remember saying Walita all day. Cousin. That is worse. I'm still just a child. What if she got lost here in the drylands along the way? She's probably lonely and, more importantly, starving. I want the search party for her. We ain't going home until she is found. And make some trades along the way. Nowhere to be found. No, join the court. Okay. Just lust for adventure, that is all. You gained 60 renown. The tour could have been more majestic, but it is what it has to be. Right, now that I'm here... You sure you people don't want to join? I understand the cultural acceptance between us, and we have our issues, especially with hostility of other faiths. Though only the Harranism faith has only been spread in the northern part, whereas it's only been spreading very slowly in places like Baghdad. Would love to have Baalbek too, of the other holy site that we're trying to get across. Need 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your reason? Lack of culture acceptance between us and the Armenians. That's 1. So many lunatics down there. You are a smaller realm. What do I need to do to get them on my side? Be more dreadful? Some of them are more bold than others. There's your reason. It's good to have you on our side. I just needed an excuse to get out and go to Italy. And learn its language. Because there's so many landmarks I would love to visit. Because I have a lust for adventure too. 18. Actually, look again. 35. You know, it's plus 20 if you're an ally to them. That's it. An alliance. I do have a few children in mind. You got a daughter? Will not. Already betrothed. Lucky you. Whoa, whoa, what the hell? A Buddhist? How'd you get up there? Well, not everybody's Buddhist, so... Who's your guardian? Your father is a Buddhist, who in turn got it from... I'm sure he was raised this way. But again, the Buddhists are negotiable. They consider us hostile while we consider them as evil. And who's the culture head of the Armenians? From the neighbor. See, Buddhists, however, they can be reasoned with. Because they're a little more lenient. And I'm not saying I want to expand up to Armenia as well. I mean, my intent is still going down this way. When we get closer, then maybe the intimidation will have to do. Remember. Lunatic, lunatic, not a lunatic, not a lunatic. He's a lunatic. You're not a lunatic. There's something going on down there. Something must be in the water. Anyways, this is about as much as I could do. Cannot be host for 8 months for a feast. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I'd like to hold a feast so I can have an excuse to switch routes and go to there. And I could fight another quick war to grab Homs. You know, a conquest war will do. But he's got friends. One of which is my friend. Not if I call upon them first. And here's another thing to spend my money on. Now that we have household soldiers, the next thing it's going to be exposed to is manorialism. Horseshoes for faster army movement speed, since we're getting used to the fact that we have a big body of troops that will be moving from one place to another. So maybe another quick war would be a solution, while bringing our ally in, and then we got them both. Yeah, you don't like me very much, but the fact that you're arrogant, fickle, and all that, that will not do. Let's go for that. Grab Homs quickly, and then call him in, so that way he'll accept the offer. Also, I could have increased the size of men-at-arms and bring another men-at-arms regiment, but too late. Off you pop. Ha! Where's your friends? Doesn't matter. You just want a quick victory. Six months. It's level 5. It's level 4. Cousin. Chase him down. My Courtier has been aiding me all day and night in my efforts to learn Vernacular. His dedication to the art of teaching is inspirational. There's not a day where I'm not brought the Vernacular letter to read, a learned Italiano man with a conversive or an extraordinary mnemonic rhyme. True, it will not be this far while the last hope. You deserve reward. Because I am magnificent. Gotcha. That adds up to the war score. Some might constantly believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, and yet I'm often disappointed. After a long day, I'm complaining to Anna when she interrupts me. Let me do something about it, husband. A few lessons might sharpen their wits. Give it to the uncle. He's a bit infirm. Help him with this. Though he may potentially screw things up. Plus, they will soon learn to fear our military might. We got them. Step out of tents, siege castles, homie. A jumble mud huts and tents under the hall choking dust, alcohol, and sweat. A few banners flutter in the wind. Shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My low lieutenant approaches and informs that the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards head to the edge of the camp. The Vieta of hymns stands for me, a charred graveyard between here and there, of charred remains of dozen cramped huts, the carcasses of goats and sheep, wild dogs, and of course our men. Bodies hang from the low timber walls as though they were put to dry. Apparently bodies of the peasants who dared to turn on their lords in the midst of the siege. Shocked survivors stumble through the smoky fields of broken spears and scattered shields, cursing my arrival among them. Spare the prisoner one you see. Hard to get any stress by doing this. Citadel of Homs. Put up a noble of Syria culture. Our people used to live there. And you're the one that's going to restore it. Now just put one of my uncles there. A disinherited uncle. You'll do. You don't have a legitimate claim on my title of Assyria, so that's fine. So now, what do you say? Because we're living ever closer. And also in the meantime, now that we have a large amount of money for this, oh, that's fine. Get him in there. Because, whoo, that man, he'll be finding secrets like, there's words for it. We could win just another quick war for Tripoli. Part of Syria, right? Yes. Ah, hell, might as well do that. We've been doing very good. The port of Tripolis. Huh? The famed port of Tripolis remains by and in large a nature-formed harbor. A geographical strip of land where sailboats serving the trade lines along the coastlines of Turkey, Syria, Lebanon, and Egypt, extending to Malta, Crete, and Greece were docked. The half-moon-shaped Gulf of Elmina acted as a natural shelter to the northeast winds that create the strong currents of deep waters, creating for an atmosphere which encourages traders to invest in it. Same goes for the ports of Beirut down there. The ports in the bustling city of Beirut constitute some of the Levant's most busy and probable trade locales. Traders from Europe seek to import silk, textiles, food, and other valuable resources back to their homelands and are willing to pay a fair price for it. Long ago, this used to be part of, Phoenicia. Same for the ports of Tyre. Again, you're coming across some really rich coastal lands with its high development. The further down you go. Although I don't need to control that personally. But it's just something to behold. Basically, you have no choice but to continue the conquests. Lately, you have expanded more into Hamadan. Where'd you get that? Did you win that war, or was it inherited you? It was inherited. Okay, so we've gone a little more into Persia, to the Zagros. Not what I had in mind, but as long as it increases the realm size to get what we want, that's good. And plus, that means now you got a powerful vassal to look out for. Now that you have created a Jewish minority in your country. Not just a minority, but a majority up there. And don't forget that Al-Hila. It was where Babylon was, as it's a holy site there. Yes, this was where ancient Babylon was. Don't make me conquer you next. I want to show mercy. But let me present you with a gift. Just see too if you're willing. It ain't much, but you desire Aleppo. I present you a gift. You probably won't take it still. Even if we become allies, you still wouldn't take it. In the meantime, let's expand the size of the men-at-arms. As stated before, they will soon learn to fear our military might, the more we expand. But I still desire to go to Italy and a few other places. And after I learn that, I'll be sure to learn Serbo-Croatian. Another council meeting, another conflict. Hi, Shaman and Ravos Shavin been arguing violently about the training regimen of the troops. As a Meruta, I could silence them with a single word, but I have a better idea. My diplomatic pursuits of giving insight how to handle situations to please everyone. I'll find a compromise that may go unhappy. Arrange good compromise. Tabitha approaches me, smiling. My lord, I heard you were studying the vernacular language. My father was a merchant. He could learn any language in no time at all, she says. His secrets are in his manual. I have no use for it. I cannot read. I have power of a reasonable sum. I don't need it. Get out of here, because I have extremely high learning skill. That's good enough. Here it is. Administrator. Just what I need for the vassals to respect me a little more. I'll switch over to diplomacy for foreign affairs focus. And start working this way to become true ruler, because I really want to slow down on the expansions by war. I want to be an august ruler who's also quite an administrator and loves to tour the countries of others. And still, in the meantime, I still have a bit of an ego where... Uncle. No need for that. 20 months. Send a letter. Maybe a higher opinion of the Pontifex Maximus when I pay a visit to Italy. Maybe the people should be more kindly towards me. I'd like to learn a Slovenisko, Serbo-Croatian language, also known as, because I might travel to their lands as well. Because there are some landmarks there. An Italian Balkan tour is what I'm proposing. 9. Need 3. Easy. You're next. Once everybody's fully reinforced, of course. You're also shy. Not what I had in mind, but it makes you travel safe. It makes your travel safer. And also your learning just increased a little bit. Wants to make a shield. It's usually for decoration. Something to put up a wall. Go ahead. What's going on up there? You kicked the Buddhists out. And don't worry about the mercenaries that are going to expire. Curious though. How many troops do they have? We'll know in 3 months. Study the Aramaic language. Send my regards. That's another thing I would have to learn. Elamite. After sober cohesion, learn Elamite. Or Elamite. Depends on how you pronounce it. Gotta start working on it now. At least 80,000. Plus possible mercenaries. Good to know. Could at least keep one of you. A giant woman. Oh, a giant girl, but she's not a woman yet. Plus, the alliance with the Habari Sultanate is quite far off, so I'll decline. You shall have the money. Hold on there. So before you even think about starting that war. Which one of you I can keep? I'll keep you. So, we'll extend this contract and then we'll start the next war. There's one alliance, but can't call on it. So basically, you're screwed. Men at arms only. And them, knowing the others are going to expire. Off you pop. I think I probably know who. You. They did hire mercenaries. Beat the army first, then begin the siege. Since I started my search, the reports of black leopard sightings have been coming in from all over Al-Harani. To sift through the accounts to sort fact from fiction is a huge task, if only the reports are more reliable. Listen, you're very competent at your job. He'll sort this. You're gonna make us stand up there. Advantage us. We captured him. Didn't need to begin the siege. So we're golden. And I'll grant somebody who's of Syria culture. You. All this is yours. And it should be enough to create the title of the Kingdom of Syria, thanks to the fabled magistrates and those East Asian specialists that are still here. So now, will you vassalize? Because if you don't, then we're gonna have a problem. Religious exception. Or we can have none. That's fine. And I'll be sure to tell him to convert to Harran. 1 second. Hey, you're vulnerable. No need for exception, because you're gonna get converted too. That's for standard. Oh, right. Then again, you could modify it, even though that would be tyranny, unless I have a hook on it. Of course. And we're at 63 for the realm size. Now we're about to have another one to come in. Well, basically, you're next. The realm may be distant now, but yes, you are intimidated of me. And your opinion to us. Okay, so get it up a little further and have an alliance. Then we may have a chance. Let me present the terrace to you. So likes me well enough. Even with an alliance, that's not enough. That isn't enough. Unless the difference in the military so that can increase, we can make a small difference. And what culture are you again? Sam. Of course. You're reluctant. So are you, unless the alliance is made. Encircled by my realm, there's another. Oh, here comes another. Now convert. Now above vassal limit. Let me grant you a vassal. All yours. Right. You don't have Aleppo, right? Mm-hmm. I knew it. The contemptuous fiend. Epithet, very grave looking. I'm at my armor, hoping she doesn't bring ill news of this splendid. She'll soon have ready for it. Oh, there you are, my liege. I have hit a wall in my work. Nothing major. My ideas are gone to ground as the pressure mounts. She laughs nervously. Just need some inspiration, my dear Miruta. You have some prior examples I could examine? I have just a tonic. Some news fleet. Just got ill and lost a bit of progress. Crud. Wants to weave a geometric tapestry. Competent aircraft. Another tapestry would be good, something to put on my walls. My lord, look at all that metal. I've never seen such fine quality before. My beneficiary might break so way for our market process the cost of merchant selling me to cover the static over a fine. With this, my project will reach new heights. I could create something truly marvelous. Please, I will bestow this gift upon me. Sure, can we get a fair price? Alright, convinced to lower the price. Yeah, first, I want personal control of Tastar, and then after that, I'd like to have personal control over Dasar, reducing the vassals. You want to challenge me to a board game? Before we do that, with the forest, she rips the fabric covering away my eyes grew on. A wooden shield of excellent craftsmanship, constructed from sturdy wood planks bound together with a rim of wrought iron. The edge is inlaid with a mother of pearl and painted with images of symbols and phrases in dedication to Mars. That's a good one. Where are you from? Oh, all the way over there to the land that was formerly Zoroastrian. It's a friendly game. Well, I'll play. Amir Abdur is already waiting to begin our little chess match. Sat waiting on a competitive Gravis, read the large crosses features. We're neck and neck. Neither of us are even close to victory. Look, I may be winning, but if you ask nicely, I'm willing to just let you have this, explains our opponent, voice driven with kindness and pity. There's more than life to win in chess. I've read entire manuals on chess. Our match marches on. Abdur continues simply pathetic and naturally my techniques cunningly foil my opponent. Beating a man, though, neither seem close to victory. Could you ease up on the blatant cheating for a moment? Smiles my opponent. You think you can outthink me? We both stare at the final piece. I did it. I won. This game of chess is mine. Another fine victor on my indisputable rise towards the role of king of games. Not about a shallow husk of a man is left of Abdullah. Can't believe that I've won. Plus, it's good for experience for wit. It's like practice. Also, I'd love to play again sometime. Stubborn, ain't you? Come on, join us. What are you afraid of? I mean, he is terrified of me, but he's stubborn. I don't want to fight a little pointless war, okay? Plus, you have two territories that is rightfully part of Syria. And as for you, you're surrounded. Allow me to send you a gift. Now, are you willing? Yes. Bring him in. That means it's a whole nother vassal. Plus realm size jumps up again. $67. Put that up there. Look closer at this magnificent shield. Yeah. You're going to be a holdout. Actually, we could send him another gift. Just need to raise some money first. How much do you need? So we could get you to join. 150. Okay, wait 1 month. And then he'll be coming in. Give him the money, and he'll come in. You can keep your faith. All my liege, I heard tell of patronage of VIET. This says we have a geometric tapestry worthy of the Miruta. Please take this and give it in. We won't miss the chance today to create a masterpiece. Poor Sabbath show must have more money than he knows what to do with. How generous. $69. So all we need to do is grab Tripoli and then take parts of Jerusalem, and then we have ourselves an empire. All you need is the money for it, though. We hold the 3 kingdoms. All we need is to keep expanding the realm. I've learned the Serbo-Croatian language, Srpsko-Hrvatski. So, talking about various factions of my romantics to assemble the costly general states in order to discuss long-term policy concerning everyone. Okay, thank you. We'll end this episode soon, because I really want to dedicate the next episode that I need an excuse to get out and go to Italy, while at the same time continue to form the potential empire here. Oh, and also learn Elamite. It's another language I want to learn. You gotta know the language of every single local you know of. Now you, get out. You don't like that, huh? Give it to a lowly baron, who's a local. Well, I'll keep this for myself. And there's another land I want to have personal control of. Dalsan, which will take another 4 years. And then kick that guy out too. Also get it under control. And that means get a seneschal. See how fast this goes? So it also has a minority of Kurds, Kuzi, and Pasi. You've done well. And now I will have personal control for it because +1 stewardship, holding taxes, and prestige. So again, the city of Sustar, or Tustar, is surrounded by a complex network of dams, canals, bridges, and watermills that work together as one of the most extensive irrigation systems in the world, enabling farming in a large area around Sustar, bringing much prosperity to the region. This system was built over the course of the centuries by the ancient Iranians, and still maintained by the local rulers. Oh yeah, I should do this every once in a while. In fact, notify me this every time. Also, I'm allowed to do this decision now. Maintain the Tustar's hydraulic system. Though much of the hydraulic system of Tustar was built centuries ago, its structures continue to contribute greatly to the region's prosperity. That said, due to their age, these structures often need maintenance work to ensure their long-term efficiency. So, Tustar will receive a county modifier for 10 years, the bonuses of which depending on what kind of work that is done. You can choose between doing repairs, cost 50, or renovations that cost 100. The latter costs more, but has more powerful effects. So for context, Sustar, or Tustar, is the home of a complex network of dams, bridges, canals, watermills, and other structures dating back to the Achaemenid and Sassanid eras. Previously, it was assumed the system declined after the Sassanids collapsed, but recent scholarship suggests maintenance and extension to these hydraulics still happened well into the Islamic period. Along Sustar's more famous structures are Band-e-Qaza, the 3rd century bridge and dam built by Roman POWs, prisoners of war, and the Gaga Canal, which provides water to this day. So this is part of the Khuzestan flavor pack. So that's why I wanted to expand it there. To have a little bit more flavor of holding this area since I've become quite a Mesopotamian ruler. Choose what to repair or renovate. We're trying to get control up, so naturally we have to focus on dams. Repair or renovate? Gotta renovate. Summon the engineers. The hydraulic system in Tustar has existed for centuries. It still brings the region much wealth and prosperity. However, rulers such as myself need to regularly fund engineering work to maintain this complicated network of structures. That way, we can all continue to reap its benefits for a long term. Anyways, I've decided maintenance work is needed for my dams here. My engineers asked me whether we should do repairs or renovations. Repairs will reinforce which we already have, while renovations allow them to expand the structures as needed to increase the system's vitality. Well, I'm willing to spend all my money to do renovations to expand on the hydraulic network. Plus, it's to add a little more control growth since I've just taken this area. By take it, I mean kick the guy out, while reduces a bit of control, but it'll go up fast. We'll be back up in no time. Much wealth and prosperity will be coming in. I do not profess to fully understand your habits, practices, though I must applaud you for the always you put effort to your prayers. If only every true believer is devout as you. Let me teach you how it's done. Be my friend and you'll be a wise man too. I educated him in the mystic rites. Look at me, 36 years old and I'm getting closer to, forging an empire, but unfortunately we need to fight a few wars of conquest to take Tripoli, what is this part here called? Al-Udun, and Philistine, and Alta Jordan. Once we control all of that, then we'll form an empire, and therefore now you have a territory that is roughly the same as the Neo-Assyrian Empire, even though they never went into the Iranian plateau this much, except maybe Khuzestan. But we do have the holy site of Baalbek, but no, not quite, because who's the local? Hey, convert. Even though the man will tell you to convert also, but I may try to change contract a little. Also, cities are finished. And I just inherited Vaz, or is that the new city? Oh no. An old man croaked and died. You'll have it. This is yours. Both of it. Because I'm not appointing newer vassals. just new city centers are built in Okbara and Tela. Those are new cities that are built there. Because I just needed the money to throw around. No friends. So guess what? In that next episode, you're going to be the next target for expansion. Same for you. Because of your refusal to submit, except unless money talks. Do it all. Now will you come in? No, he will not. Well, guess what? You're next. Which is pretty close. So we'll probably have to inch closer to him and maybe he'll be a little more intimidated, one would think. So it's perhaps in the next episode we will finally form an empire, which of course it won't take much to make money, especially with the Silk Road trade and all that. I'll probably get you in as well simply for the sake of it. And also, figure out a way how to get to Italy. A pilgrimage to the Tomb of Daniel. That's also another thing I could do. But I don't think it says anything about moving the tomb, can I? I think you would have to be of a certain religion where you're allowed to move it. Preferably one of the Abrahamic faiths. Order a major purge? You can't do that. Too compassionate for that. There's only one. Well, we'll be inching closer and closer to get to that realm size that we would want. So perhaps they will think twice about the possibility of going to war against us. Let me look at it out of curiosity. I know it's not in your realm, you can't do that. I'm just looking for activities. It's like, I need to get out of here. Like, go out to someplace. Well, first things first. That's like, why not a feast there? And then the whole customized route thing? What if? What if, say, if I decided to go well out of my way to go to there? Too large. Okay. I understand. Okay, well then what about a pilgrimage to Athens? I know I've already been there, but is it possible that I can... It's like, okay, can go there. Unless the deviation becomes too large. Unless they don't really care. Yeah, I think we have an idea. Okay, quit the activity planning. So we may do just that also in the next episode. Go back to Athens again, and also a tour around Italy and the coastal parts of Croatia. But no way on earth I would want to go further into these messy areas. You gotta learn the language. The local language of these regions so you don't get lost out there. And plus bringing a lot of people from court with me. And it's also to pass the time for a few years. So there you have it in the next episode. The rise of the Assyrian Empire, a new Assyrian Empire, and a grand tour of sorts to Italy and coastal parts of Croatia before we go home. As I'm feeling fine now. Also, why are you... I didn't teach you to be a Muslim. Get back to being Harranian. He'll be Harranian in the next episode, so we hope you people have enjoyed this episode as the realm continues to grow large and we're very close to forming an empire. And then that way I may prepare for, you know, I don't know, the potential next series, well, likely the next series to do in Sri Lanka for the upcoming Sri Lanka flavor pack along with the struggle, because I am very, very fascinated to do a playthrough over there. Because it's got a bunch of counties in there. It makes it look like it's a pretty big island country, one would think, even though at that time it was connected to the rest of India. So technically it's part of the Indian subcontinent, but who knows? I'm just very fascinated with this upcoming flavor pack. That's the reason why I've been doing so many damn episodes of this series at a rapid rate. So, got some landmarks to visit, as the tourist king Ashur will be getting ready to set off, while we will fight more small wars, as we will get closer and closer to the lands of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. So, see you in the next one. But until then, so long for now.